My name is Philippa Latimer, I'm aged 26 and I'm running to be the MP for the constituency of St Ives, which consists of West of Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. The reason I want to be an MP is simply because I worked for an MP when I was at university. I was a bit of a geek when I was on my gap year, I suppose, and I wrote off to lots of MPs around where I went to university and asked for some work experience. And I started doing work experience in my gap year and I really enjoyed it, and I did a full-time job with him the year after as what's known as a caseworker, and they're the people that do most of the work that MPs do in a constituency, and it involves things like just sort of representing people that come in. So people have lots of different problems, like just taking on a big company if they feel that their claim's not being dealt with appropriately, the MP can step in and help them and be their advocate and give them a voice that they wouldn't otherwise have. And similarly, MPs can help signpost people towards services that are there. You know, there's lots of things that the government have on offer for you, but it's just a case of getting the information to the people that actually require those services. And that sort of role of the MP really helping the constituents really is what made me want to go into it. I want to be a representative in a constituency and be part of that community, and that's what I hope to do for St Ives come the general election. In terms of campaigning, my preferred method is actually to go and knock on doors. It's a bit of a dying art form now. Lots of people tend to focus on the online stuff, which obviously does have a place. But I like to go out on Saturdays, knock on some doors, see who's in, see who will talk to me. And the people that do talk are generally really constructive about telling you what they think is going well, what they think is going badly, sort of locally, nationally and internationally. Once you've sort of got your head around all these sort of different views, what I like to do is actually take a step back on the Sunday and actually work out whether what I originally thought when I got up on Saturday morning is what I now think on Sunday morning, because that's really what politics is about, and particularly representing people. You actually have to listen and take the opinions that you hear and sort of filter that through into the actions that you take. So that's sort of my main way of campaigning, is just listening, really. I actually admire a lot of people in the political world, which is odd given that this year seems to have been a lot about ruining all politicians. But in terms of people that I most admire, and I suppose in the Labour Party I'd have to say, and they're quite divisive, I'm going to go with Alistair Campbell and John Prescott. Slightly odd choices, but the reason that I most admire them now at this particular time in sort of political history is neither of them need to be doing anything politically now. Both of them, well, Alistair Campbell probably more than John Prescott is a very rich man, and John Prescott equally is nearly 70. Both of them could be kicking back in the sunshine, doing absolutely nothing, but both of them are actually out there. Like, John Prescott's got this great battle bus that he goes around the country in, actually trying to get particularly young people involved in politics, and that's massively important. And he seems to have this ability to relate to anyone, which lots of politicians unfortunately don't, well, lots of people don't, but he's taken the skills that he has and using them to good use. And equally the same with Alistair Campbell. He's got his blog. In the last year or so he's got involved in, well, launched the Go Forth campaign, and again trying to sort of I don't know, captivate an audience that's otherwise sort of been slightly ignored. So again, with Alistair Campbell particularly, rather than getting out geographically, he's going online and getting to lots of audiences that way. So I've got a lot of respect for both of them. They've both written some quite good books as well, so you can read Alistair Campbell's diaries or John Prescott's biography, but I can't remember what he called it in the end. But anyway, that's also good, very funny.